Hopefully I got sound. I'll have to check. Oh, Vicky's going to get me into the room, but I'm not quite ready yet. I've just turned on the things. We're nearly ready to go. I'm VG-Trogent. Oh, the things are coming through. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. We've still got 8 minutes, I hope. I need to check if I've got sound. I haven't got to that yet. Give me a sec. Let me just see. We're still waiting to see. I put on a 1 minute delay tonight again for the scrims to try and create fair gameplay as well. Just to let you know, I'll start in a minute. Righto, welcome to Saturday night Knuckles Deep Scrims. I'm VG-Trogent from Velocity Gaming. I'll be casting for tonight. I'm stepping in for Auntie Kiwi. She's got a birthday, I believe, this evening. I'm really blessed to be back. I'm looking forward to another set of four battles tonight. The team that I think that won last night, last Tuesday? The first Tuesday that we've had was the Crowns. They put in a stellar effort. With their rotations and just the continuous pushing throughout the game, they got a large amount of kills and really got themselves up the leaderboard and managed to take home for the trophy for the Tuesday night. But now we're here, we're back with the Saturday night. I see there's a few extra teams there. The names have managed to filter through as the registrations were placed on Friday by Dirty. Hopefully you can hear me all right. Yeah, we've got sound. We've got sound. There's always a few technical difficulties with the setup that I've got. Unfortunately, Velocity Gaming's IT department have been a bit slack on their feet, but I must admit the graphics department have really stepped up today. I hope you like the artwork that Foopid Stuck from Hairy to Hobo Designs has put together for me. I'm really pleased with how it all come together. Makes it look a little bit better. I hope you've liked it. I've tried to flick a few things around on social media today just to really kind of pump up the scrims, not just for myself, but for all of you guys that participate, and particularly Knuckles Deep for putting all these rooms on. It does take a lot of work. I've pretty much just jumped in the driver's seat, which is not easy by any means, but I'm ready to take on the challenge. I haven't missed anything else tonight. I also give a bit of a shout out to Dr. Chemist and the lab and Red Eyes casting for just helping me along today and over the previous weeks just to try and set myself up a bit better. So I've just sort of given them a quick shout out. Also to Samaj Prime Foods for getting me some tea today to try and get me through some a few games. So I've got myself a glass just to wet the lips before we start to talk. Hopefully Vicky can get me in the room soon. We can see if everyone's started to filter in, I hope. It looks like there's a few people in the room. I can obviously see a lot of the VG friends have got in there. I'm ready to join them. I did ask Gomer early in the week to see if he could jump in and say hello. Big shout out to all the people who've jumped in the chat so far, to Aries and Vicky. Hoppy, how you going, mate? Thanks for jumping in. Hope to see quite a number of antics in the gaming lobby before we begin our flights out into the perspective maps this evening. I've tried to write a couple of notes, so hopefully I don't faff it all up. I've tried to put in a bit of effort. I'm not overly prepared. I did nearly fall asleep on the couch this afternoon, so I'm just trying to rev myself up for game 1, game 2, game 3, and then the hot drop. The boot camp meat grinder. So hopefully Vicky can hear me. I don't have the room numbers, so I can't get in on my own, unfortunately. I haven't checked the chat. She did try to get me in before, but I wasn't quite ready. Maybe I'm going to have to go old school and try and find the numbers. But there we go. The 1 minute delay's got me in the lobby. We've got a 31 in the room so far. I'll get down in the spectator slot next to KD Vicky. We'll let a couple of other teams from the top there filter through just so we don't have to go back through them again. We've got plenty of time. We've still got 4 minutes until kickoff. I believe it's 7 o'clock kickoff tonight. There seems to be a few new. Oh, whoa. Let me get a sip first. There is a couple of new teams in here tonight, which is pretty exciting. I've just met one of them indirectly just through jumping in one of the gaming lobbies before setting up tonight, and that was Source. Hopefully they can get their condiments together and really do something quite well on the battlefield tonight. Nice to meet you guys just before. Good luck. But we've got a lot of the same teams floating around from previous weeks, which always seem to never amaze me on what they can achieve. So we're pretty much all there. We're only missing Team 9, which is VOD. VOD Officials was one of the new teams that registered sometime today. So I might as well flick my way back up to the top. We have once again got some pretty interesting names. I'm not sure where the themes come from, but I'm sure you can work that out yourself as I begin to read them out. We've got slot 1 where everyone obviously filters through into their teams. But in slot 2 we've got KD, the Thrust, bit of in and out action for Pokey Bear, Dirty and Tay Money, which was I believe was Tay Dog. The name change cards have been used there. We're missing player 4 at the moment, so hopefully we can see who they are later tonight for game 1. In slot 3 we've got the KD Throbbing, which is Crown Rax. He's been dropped from the Crowns team this week, and they've slotted him back into KD, which is a formidable player, trap and decoy at the minute. Slot 4 we've got Pulsate, KD Pulsate. They'll have the fresh pressure on the pulse tonight with Dread, Moods and Arnie Nye. Another KD team just there at Team 5. One of the regulars. I'm assuming we're missing Daystalker at the moment, but we've got Three Fingers Deep with Buddhadinya, Tony and Neckweek. Daystalker might be just finishing off his dinner. He's just been to the seminar with Last Day just to work out how to do up his shoes, and he should be hopefully arriving soon. And then into slot 6 we've got the VG team, one of the first VG teams, and we've got a few of the ladies in there tonight on the day shift with Aries, Kat, Hoppy and Nix. Great to see you guys all in tonight. And then the end of the second VG team tonight is the night shift. Smelly stepped up the front there with Enzy, Monkey and First Day. Last Day's still obviously away. He's now busy with seminars on teaching people how to do up their shoes, so he won't be with us for a while. Hopefully we can get him in soon. I believe First Day's also been a bit crook this week, so hopefully he can manage to get himself enough kills and keep his spot on the side. Teammate is the Source. That was Auron that I met before. And they've got I'm Not Soz, Aurea and Jimmy Bullets. I hope you have a good crack tonight. Good luck. I've seen a couple of those names before. Great to see he's in there. I thought it was SG, but it's I can't remember what it was. It was the actual name of him. I did read it momentarily, but unfortunately I've had a brain fart and it's disappeared into the abyss inside this head of mine. Team 9 was Void Officials. Now I think they're still back in the gaming lobby. They're just chatting about their strats, working out their outfits for the night, for the first map, just so they can camouflage them in, or they want to show off their new cars and bits and pieces. So hopefully they can get themselves in. We've still got a couple of minutes to go. We're just rolling into Team 10. We've got the Funny Quirks. Mr. Quacker's up the front there with I'm Just Ken, Peace and Alien Baby. That's a pretty formidable side there as well. Great to see you guys back. The second team seems to be having a rest this week after flying the flag in previous weeks. Hopefully we can get them back in early next week or next weekend. Team 11 is a hot mess. I haven't seen these guys before, I don't think. The hot mess. So hopefully they can clean up their act and get themselves out in the battlefield, get themselves some early points and get themselves up that leaderboard and really stamp their authority on the KD scrims. And then lastly, which the team has already managed to do that quite consistently, and that's the Eshe lads in slot 12. Manny, Pokey, Rikos. And what are we going to go with this one here? We might have to get someone to tell me in the chat who the last guy is. And it looks like I can't actually see that. But we're going to have to go with Z. Oh, I'm going to wait until someone tells me, I think. And slot 13. There was someone in slot 13. We've kicked off. And we're into our first map of Rondo. This is the Eastern Asian beauty of... It is very much like a Wrangle. It's almost a Wrangle's baby, but with 400% more bamboo. Don't forget with this particular map, there's a few strats and that we've seen in previous weeks where people break off and leave one at a revive. But we've managed to jump into Erangel. I thought Rondo was the first game, but we've got Erangel. Let's jump back up into the eye of the sky. That's kind of thrown me off. Anyone doing anything overly... Oh, there's a car popping out. Very lovely looking vehicle. That's obviously been up to Mark's Motors early in the week, and it's had the custom pack put onto that. We've got a lot of numbers in here tonight. We've got 38, which is pretty consistent. Well, let's talk about Erangel tonight. This particular map has a variety of open fields and terrain, especially the flatlands in the centre of the map. We've got the mountainous ranges in the north and the coastal cliffs of the south. Mark's Motors will provide a lot of you guys with some different vehicles and motorcycles and Dacias to add to your rotations. But here we go, we're starting off on game one, and we're going from Pubgm on the mid-east coast down to the southwesterly of Primosk. So there's plenty of good little spots there for your squad to go out and loot up. What do we got there? Player 4's managed to jump in. Good to see you there, Anthony. Therapy, funny quirks. I think I'm the one that's going to need the therapy in about 2 hours' time, I must admit. I'm sure everyone's starting to jump out. We're with KD Dirty, the leader of the Knucklez Deep clan. We'll just stay with him for a minute. I'm sure everyone's making their own decisions. And hopefully if someone doesn't, we can get on an early flight. Early flight and an early fight. Shall we check the spread? And if there's anyone that you want to see, by all means write it in the chat. I'll make my way through and we can get through these names and have a bit of a look through who's there tonight and see what their gameplay is. I'm not sure who player 13, that's Deadly, he's jumped in there. I've seen him in a previous team before. What do we got? Let's go and check out these guys. So this is Team 8. This is the Source. We spoke about them before. I've managed to lose my sound with a PUBG glitch. They've got themselves a few dragons there. That's always a good sign when you're dropping in for a hot drop and the people have got the fancy things. I'm not sure exactly where they've managed to head off to. They've gone down to Primosk. They appear to be pretty much on their own, but Pokey's taken down Whiskey there. Pokey and Whiskey and Chaos. Where's that? That seems to be pretty close by. That must be over here at Milta. So that's Eshe. And who else do we have here? Team 11. That's the Hot Mess. Oof. So Hot Mess have just jumped in with one of the formidable squads that have been around for a while, the Eshe lads. They've got their themselves a first kill. This could be a bit of Eshe. Oh no. And Wyatt seems to be the only one left in the first game. Hopefully Wyatt can get himself a bit of gear, find himself a vehicle and look after himself and try and get some of those placement points after losing 3 of their teammates so early on the game. Don't be too disgruntled with your first game. We've got another 3 maps to get through yet. We've got the hot drop at the end. So there's always plenty of ways to get yourself some more points and get yourself back on the leaderboard. Pokey's got a Scar, level 2 gear and a bit of smoke. Clearly needs to get a few items into the back of that backpack before they go and fight any other squads. Get themselves set up, maybe clear out the other side, the team that's there. Wyatt seems to be just rolling on out the back. I'm hoping I'm not butchering any of these new names. Please send it through to admin. Or even just write it in the chat and we'll manage to get that fixed up. Especially Eshe friend over here with the many squiggly things. I'm not sure what we're going to go with that. We might need a few suggestions from people in the chat with that one. That one might be one that I butcher later on down the track. We'll go up and have a look up the top here where there's a bit of a cluster. That's our Team 3 friends. Throbbing. They got their finger on the pulse. They're at Rozok. They're just booking in a few of the cars at Mark's Motors. They're up the top. Unfortunately, the new signage isn't up at the moment. That's still being designed by Hairy Hobo Designs. Unfortunately, that couldn't get processed this week due to the fact that Foopy was too busy doing my artwork for me, so I'm sure I'll hear a bit of a backlash from Gamer about that during the week. They've got themselves there a couple of vehicles. No one seems to be into the vicinity. I think that first fight over the back there at Milter, we might just let that one go. Anthony, good to see Eshe. Those what? Wall bullets again? Oh, the wall bullets, they're the worst there, Tony. We've got to watch out for them. Who else do we want to see? We'll go down and have a look at the old pack to Eshe when I didn't even press it. They're still looking for Wyatt. He's just out in the corner. He's got the weight of the world on his shoulders, this poor chap. He's got a team of 3 strong Eshe lads ready to come and finish him off. And then they can take... Oh, they've got 4, so that's even worse. They've got 4. 4v1. Is he going to be able to pick one off at a time? Maybe we'll be able to just stay here for a minute. He's obviously hearing the sound cues from these guys. I'll get back a touch. He's trying to split him in half. Oh, there's a few bullets there. And unfortunately, Wyatt's gone down. And that'll be them out of Game 1. We look forward to seeing into Game 2. Get back into the lobby, do a couple of TDMs, get yourselves back together. Eshe lads have managed to take hold of Milter. They'll be able to loot themselves up and get themselves for probably that 3rd or 4th last circle, I reckon. Probably with the numbers that we've got tonight. I think we've had 38. A bit lower than I've seen in the previous weeks. So make sure you get the voices out there to the friends. Get them in. It's been a great initiative that's been put together by the KD fam. I've really enjoyed jumping in every now and again when I can just to keep these things flowing. Unfortunately, Kiwi Girl hasn't been able to make it in tonight. She had a prior engagement. It looks like there's KD on KD action up here coming on. Moods is just getting the things on. Oh, we've got a friend over the back. So we've got Dread, Arnie Nye and Moods from Team 4. Pulsate. We've already dropped the old joke about the Pulsate, the finger on the pulse. I'm sure I'll come up with something later on in the evening. So NZ Rax, Crowns NZ Rax is over the back there. He's at the old Revive building over the back there. He's having a bit of a looky-see. I'm wondering if... Oh, and the rest of the friends are coming in. So he's obviously seen someone running between buildings there. Let's have a look, see what NZ can see. He's trying to get on the roof there. He's having a few issues with those doors. They're a bit of a killer. A few shots getting off at the car there towards Decoy. That was from Mars. Mars or Moods, maybe? They don't seem to see each other yet. Dread's off to the side on a slight rotation. He's creating the big V. And Trap's just at the back. He might be at the shop there. He's just getting himself a couple of drinks. And Deadly's just put down Funny Cracker from FQ. That's up here in Yaz, if it'll let me click on it. So Deadly's just jumped in as a solo. I'm not sure what the go is with that. And taken down Fanny Quacker. That's unfortunate for those guys. Pretty formidable force in their side. But Alien Baby and Peace and Kim, I have played with Kim before, would still be able to fly the flag highly for FQ tonight, I would have thought. So we've got a bit of a dance-off on the shack here with Deadly. Deadly's down now to Game 1. I'm sure we'll hear in the chat from Vicky regarding what was going on there. Maybe someone jumped in the wrong team or what happened there. I'm not too sure. But Funny Crackers have managed to hang on to Yaznaya. They'll have plenty of time to loot on, get their shop on. I'm sure Funny Cracker will stay in and help with rotations. Always handy if your teammate hangs around, even if they've died early. Unless they've got to go and finish off their dinner or go and put on their slippers or something. It'd be best to hang around and help their teammates get those rotations together. I'm wondering if there's anyone else we want to see. Do we want to go and see... Who else have we got? We've got Pulse... Oh, where's the boys? Where is the boys? Team 5. So here's Neck Week. Spoke to him during the week. He's been pretty happy with the way the boys have been going lately. Unfortunately, Daystalker's at one of last day's seminars on how to do your shoelaces. I've heard it's a pretty fun event. They've just gone to see if the cheap shop was up here. Unfortunately, well, it is here. Wow, Troji be happy about that, I would have thought. They've got themselves a few bits and pieces. So Buddhadinya's got himself an AK, so he's up front and personal, and he's got a long-range weapon of a Kar-98. He seems to be pretty heavily kitted. He'd be pretty happy with the things that he's just managed to get in this early stages of the map. Tony's gone for the double fives layout with the Scar and the Azkaban, or the Abracadabra as Monkey would like to call it. Fupi's favourite gun as well. So they've got themselves a car. They're a team of three fingers deep. Oh, there's a bit of something going on over here. Rikos has just started the first day, and I've jumped on it right in time. First day must have been going for a bit of a looky-see, and unfortunately he's run into Eshe lads. They've just left Milter and jumped in a car. Rax has just taken down Mars. That's over at Waterworld there. So Eshe are pushing in on the night shift. They're ready to have a bit of a battle. This will be a good little fight, actually. Enzi's going to push it straight away on the side. He's got a heap of them on him. He's got a whole squad. He's taken on the whole squad on his own. So we've only got 2 left from the night shift. Manny's gone down from Enzi there. A few throwables are starting to hit the other warehouse. Oh, Monkey's gone down to a nade from... I'm not too sure. We're just going to have to go to that. Monkey's taking down Boots. Oh, Smelly's taken down, knocked a couple from Eshe lads, but unfortunately they've finished him off. He didn't manage to get the kills, so they're still a team of 4. Dred's just taken down Trap, so that must be over here at the Waterworld again. Oh no, he's throwing some meds to one of the friends. Just to see if they need any help. Unfortunately the throw didn't manage to make it back. Mooch is down with Rax up in the building there, and he's going to come in for the first. Oh no, he's not. Very respectable player. Probably a good idea just to leave them up for that minute so their teammates don't throw any throwables in you. But I'm sure the comms are still coming out from Moods. Oh, and that is very unlucky. That's bounced off the light post. That is unfortunate. So Trap and Decoy are moving in, throwing everything they've got in their backpacks. They're going to have a refill soon. That looked like it was pretty close. And they're just getting their thoughts together and their processes. They know the boys are incoming. Hopefully they don't have too many more throwables. Rax is making his way in with Decoy. This is at the boatyard. Trap's at the back. And they've left Moods over there just to help them out. Hopefully she can see out the window and just keep marking the boys. The enemy in front. Another nade's gone in. And there's a push. They haven't seen him under the stairs. Dred's been under the stairs. Just tickled the toes of there by the crowns. Oh, we got one down. No, only Nice down. Dred's the only one up. Team 4 are out tonight. Pulsate. I'm pretty sure that would have put the blood pressure up after having those guys chase you. So they're at the Waterworld there. They'll be able to clean up the rest of the loot that's there. Wanted a second team, but ended up in his own slot with 3 things. Oh, right. Copy. So I'll write that down on the list. If Vicky can just send me a message, I'll get something together on the foolscap paper. So Enzi's off again. He's ready to go. He's going to go and get the boys another car. Peace is just taken down Hoppy. Where exactly is that? That must be up the top here, if it'll let me do it. Hoppy's been finished. Unfortunately, I've missed that. I can't actually... Oh, so they're across the way. And it's kicking off in the kill feed here. Source has just gone down to, I think, Eshe lads again. Eshe Manny. Where are we? Down the bottom here. Oh, and I'm just caught into that Manny. And Cat, I'm not Soz, has just taken a knee for the first game. And they've cleared them at the back of, where are we? Pachinki Hill. So Eshe lads seem to be the formidable side tonight. They're starting to make everyone fear the Eshe lads in game 1. They've managed to stay 4 strong in 2 or 3 previous encounters. So Pokey's just going down the hill. They're cleaning up the loot that's there. They'd be right to get him. They're in zone, so they don't have to worry. Let's go and check out the old drop first. What did we have? Did anyone pick it up? There's a Grozer there with all the bits and pieces. Back to the Eshe crew. And I was going to go and check the new drop, but I obviously pressed the old one, unfortunately, there. So we might try that again. Where are we? Let's go back over to Aries, because I was still pretty much... We'll jump back up into the eye in the eye in the sky. Nix is down low. There's the drop there. I'm pretty sure these guys would have had a bit of a look at it, and it seems to be empty. That does not surprise me in the slightest. So Aries and Kat are rotating at the back, and Hoppy's just going to go and set up for his Tai Chi class, just to fix the mind and the soul before game 2. After copying an encounter, I'm not sure from what team it was. Let's just see who's close. That must have been maybe Funny Quackers, or was it KD, Perky Bear's crew? Maybe it was the Throbbing. And I'm pretty sure after copping the throbbing that Hoppy just got, his head would be throbbing just as bad. This man would not be happy. I'm sure the comms are coming through from his 2 teammates just to console him, keep him happy and get himself ready for game 2. We'll jump down and see what Nix is doing. She's got her pink outfit on tonight. She's got herself an M24, level 3 gear and an AUG. Pretty decent loadout for this map. Always handy to have someone with a bolt action sniper rifle. Having a spread of weapons, obviously, between your team seems to be the go. We might leave Nix there alone for a minute. If there's anyone else that you want to go and see, let's go and see. Who have we not seen tonight? Unfortunately, quite a few of them have died quite early in the first game. So we'll go up to Dirty. We did see him at the start of the game. I'm trying not to jump on the map all the time, just to keep the fair gameplay. They seem to have got 2 vehicles. Tay Money and Dirty are in one vehicle, and Pookie Bear's at the front, leading the show. Oh, and that's a tree. That might be our first appointment at Mark's Motors in game 1. In the previous weeks, it seemed to be VG, but from what I can tell... Oh, here we go. We might be on here. Eshe lads. And Thrust. Oh, and 3 fingers deep. This is going to be no good for anyone. And they're pulling up, are they? Oh, I've got friends here. Let me just jump back a bit. So Tony's on the roof there next to Pookie Bear. He'd be giving out the comms to the friends. And Eshe lads are at the back, and they're smacking up Neckweak. Seems to have copped a couple of hits from up the side there. So this might be a bit of a standoff where these 2 guys end up going a bit of tit for tat. And then Eshe lads are just going to get themselves a knock and roll straight in, I would have thought. So we're at Gatka here. Couple of horses. So they... Oh, Trap's just taken down Nix over the back there, but I was going to stay here for just a minute. So that was a knock. Nix was at that compound on her own. I'm sure Kat and Aries will manage to get themselves back to help her. Eshe lads are just rotating around the back there. They're up the back there near the cheap shop. They've gone and grabbed themselves a few discount items from the store, maybe a sausage roll and a pie or something. That would be the discussion to be had in the chat if you want to have a bit of an argument about who's got the best meat pies. But Eshe lads are on their way in. They're heading straight in, I think. Or are they going to hit the next compound? They're going to throw a bit of fire in. That's what they're going to do. So Rax has just put down Kat and Enzi. So that might be them finished. Or is Nix back up? And that's the day shift. That's the day shift out of game 1. And I'm pretty sure that might have been Pulsate over there that got that. This might be a bit of a long-range fight here. We might be here for a while, so I'll just step back a bit. Let's go and see what these guys can see. So Pokey's just taken down Tay Money, and they've jumped in the car straight away. Look at the strats of these guys. As soon as the knock's there, they're in. But I'm wondering if they know that there's two squads there. We've got Thrust, and we've got 3 fingers deep. We're gonna go with the other thing. Oh, and Tay Money's just been put down by Pokey, and Dirty's down as well. Pookie Bear's off to the side, and they've cleared that building so far, Eshe lads. Pookie Bear's on his own, he's just holding the hard cover at the back, but they've managed to push across. Oh, I think he's going to get wrapped from either side. Oh, he's got a knock. Pookie Bear's just taken one of the Eshe lads down and finished him. Nice little peek there, Pookie. So see these Knucklez has gone down as well from 3 fingers deep, so we've only got 2 up from Eshe lads, and Pookie Bear's holding his own. Come on, Pookie. He's pumping the bullets through the window, but he's copped it in the back. Where's he copped that from? Pokey has got Pookie Bear. I'm not too sure how that shot got through the wall there, but... Oh, maybe it was Crowns from behind. They're rolling into Gatka as well. So we've got 3 fingers deep, pushing into a bit of an injured Eshe lads. They've still got one in that other building knocked. Put it in you, and Manny had thrown a few bullets around. Unfortunately, Crowns has just put... it's not Crowns. That was... Rax has put down one of the Eshe lads. But they've been finished by 3 fingers deep, and that'll be the end of them in game 1. But who we got the back there? That's team 3. That's right, the Throbbing. So Rax is now having a look over the top of these guys. They're getting a bit of a heal on. Trap and Decoy have pushed up to the top. They've probably gone, oh, there's a nice cheap shop there. They're going to jump in there and get themselves a can of Coke and a sausage roll before the next fight. Rax, if you're doing all the marks, he'd be marking them out, let them know where they are. Plenty of smoke going out, soft cover, just to create a bit of confusion. We've got to drop over the back there as well. Perhaps those guys may have checked it on the way through. In the group chat, no worries, Vicky. Sorry I haven't checked the chat straight away. There has been a bit going on early on in game 1. In the open farmlands of Erangel. Oh, and Neckweek's looking pretty beaten up from Trap. So Neckweek's down from Trap. They've come in on a bit of a 1-1 split. Almost there. I think everyone's been watching a few of the rotations from a few of the other teams from previous weeks and have really started to step their game up. But unfortunately, the blue zone's coming through, and this is going to finish teams. I'd be getting in the car now, boys, and I would be going a circle. And that's what Enzi's doing. I'm wondering if that's going to be the end of 3 fingers deep. Rax is just going for that final looky-see. Is he going to be able to get a shot off? Tony's just jumped in the car. I think they're all going to have to go to zone. Let's all go to zone. What's over here? There's still an MG3 in there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute blessing of a gun to pick up just before this final zone. So who we got over the back? We've got FQ there, just in near the hospital there, the compound below the hospital. We've only got 9 left, so that's it, I believe. Or have we still got someone else hiding somewhere? Oh, so the other 2 guys are out of the zone. So Funny Quirks don't have to do anything silly here. We might end up getting a Funny Quirk and a bit of a throbbing in game 1. I can't see if these guys have managed to get in yet. Decoy's got himself a car. Looks like Neckweek and the boys have made it into zone. They're getting their nut rub on the grass there just to make sure they don't get hit too often before they get into zone. But the Throbbing, they don't want to go away. They're like a bad headache, these guys. Is Trap going to run into Tony? Oh, Tony's got the things. I would have probably thrown a nade there, brother. Trap's still there next to the buggy. Trap's got, nah, I'm out. I want to hold me spot. I want to get game 1. No, they don't. They want to fight. This is KD on KD action. Tony's down from Trap. That'll be in the chat this week, no doubt. Neckweek's pretty low, but he's put down Trap. Oh, Neckweek's taken a hit from Decoy and it's been finished. We've only got Buddha at the back there. Unfortunately, Buddha's got no car and he's going to be put down to a knee. And I think that's the end of 3 fingers deep in game 1. Well done, boys. Crowns Rax has managed to pull himself into the KD team tonight. The Throbbing. And gee whiz, they're putting out a few flames to the rest of the teams in game 1. So Alien Baby's just pumping a few single taps with the AKM from the compound just down from the hospital. Just trying to knock those vehicles out to make it a bit more difficult for them to get into zone. They would have seen that battle for a while there. They really worked well on getting to circle. Pieces having a bit of a lay down, enjoying the warm weather of Erangel, getting a bit of a tan on the back of the legs there. The M4. They're starting to rotate in Team 3, but they're copping a few hits from Funny Quirks. So zone shifted. I didn't actually check what the zone... Oh, everyone's got their own vehicle here. We're going full pro strat. So Decoy and the crew are out in the middle of the field behind a couple of hay bales, but Ken and that have managed to go the high ground. They're going to rely on their vehicles and maybe a few trees. Alien Baby's going to send their car into Mark Motors, but Ken's put Decoy down to a knee, and Enzi's copping a fair whack from the other two at the same time. Trap's pumping a few back to piece. We've got the drop coming down. I don't think anyone's going to be looking at that this evening. Alien Baby's just going to go back and help Peace. Maybe maybe I thought they'd have taken a knee, but they haven't. Ken's right in up and amongst it. Kenny's just finished off Decoy from the throbbing. And going to finish off Trap just with a single tap. Don't want to waste your ammo this late in the game. So Ken's put down Trap, and Rax is the last one. Let's get up into Rax. He's got himself a nice vehicle. It's smoking. I'm pretty sure that's booked in for 8 o'clock Monday morning at Mark's Motors. He's copping a few bullets from the other boys. He's just trying to get away. Trying to get himself a hay bale so he can throw a few bullets off at the friends. Alien Baby's not having any of it. He's got the shotgun out. He's like, come and say hello, ladies and gentlemen. But unfortunately, I don't think he's still got his own. Pieces put him down. Funny Quirks. After losing their leader quite early in the game, Funny Quirks have come out on top in game 1. Alien Baby with 1 elimination, Peace with 1, and I'm just Ken with the 3. They've taken out the throbbing. They came in position 2, and they managed to get themselves, what have they got there? They got 10 kills. So that'll put them right up the board, and 3 fingers deep in at 3, and Eshe lads at 4th. Let's have a bit of a flick through. There's the rest of the friends. I better go back and check the chat in a minute. What have we got here? Start of the match, we've got Rax with 7 eliminations and 1158 damage. Decoy was the best companion with 2 assists and 2 rescues. And the final finisher for the Funny Quackers was Peace. 1 elimination to win the game. Well done. So that's game 1 done. I better get myself a sip of my Samaj lemongrass and ginger. Wet the lips. Get myself ready for game 2. So I don't know if I start my spiel early until we get into the room, because I thought it was supposed to be a rondo first, but clearly that was a wrangle. Maybe we're just doing them in a different order just to keep me on my toes. Once again, thanks to everyone for jumping in the chat tonight. The VG team have managed to help me push me along and try and make the page look a bit more professional. Thanks to Hairy Hobo Designs once again. Foopy, you've done a great job. AI is just a wonderful thing. And also to Red Eyes and Rexy, the Pubgm mobile VIPs that have obviously tried to push me along a bit and help me along the way. I really appreciate it. And most of all, KD and Kiwi Girl and Vicky for giving me the opportunity. I'll save most of these for the end, but I just want to make sure... Oh, and I've jumped in a metro.
Hi, stranger. I heard you just arrived here. I have a gift for you.
Oh, have you? That's nice of you. Thanks for that. I'm out. Can I go back? Get me out of here. So we've caught the train from Metro. We're back into my lobby with Ren. It's all looking pretty flush there at VG. That's the leader of VG there, Renaya. There we are. We're back again. Vicky can get me back in. I'm not going to play Metro tonight. It still says Metro in the corner, so hopefully that means you can let me in. We better check. Let me just check the chat, see if I haven't missed anything. Where are we? Where are we? What do we got? Funny Quirks. So 13 is going to be called FQ2. Alright, so we're going to put that on the list. We've got the pencil out. I'm into the room. We'll just write that down. I'll get down to the slot with Vicky. We're on to Rondo, so maybe I've written them down incorrectly. We've had a bit of a glitch in the matrix. Funny, FQ2s have made it back in. At least they got some placement points maybe in that game one. Only had the solo. So that's on the list. Thanks for that, Vicky, for updating that. The scrim codes are all up for game 2. Everyone's starting to get themselves together. Gamer's just jumped in to say hello and say, what's he said to me? He said, this is going good. Sorry I can't make it in tonight. He loves the picks that Foopy's done. I did ask him during the week to see if he could come in and help me out, but unfortunately he's got a prior engagement. I would have assumed it'd be up at Mark's Motors. He'd have a backlog of all the vehicle accidents that he's had over the previous weeks. And obviously still trying to open up the new warehouse in Primosk. Still hasn't let me know what the name of the new car dealership and repair shop will be. I'm just trying to get myself back into my chat. The phone's playing games. It's a good time. So we have got Rondo for game 2. There we go. I haven't missed anyone. Player 4, Anthony Ferner from I believe the owner of Makemunga Cheese at Paran Market in Melbourne. Get down there and get yourself a toasted sandwich. I've managed to get down there over the previous weeks. I've tried a number of the sandwiches. I think I've only got one to go. They are amazing. And the little copy shop across the road from there is quite good as well. If you're ever in Melbourne, make yourself down to Paran Market. Say hello to Makemunga. And go and say hello to VG Cheese. Better known as Player 4. So we're ready for game 2. We may have had a bit of a hiccup at the start, but we've managed to roll into game 2 Rondo. Rondo is an Eastern Asian beauty, I believe. So I've written this little note myself with a bit of AI assistance. The Eastern Asian beauty is almost like a wrangle has had a baby, but with 400% more bamboo. So the only tips I can give you in this particular map that I found out this week was if you've got yourself a building and you can hear the birds in the background, they've got those little bird houses chirping, that means your enemies are close. So I think that's a pretty good one to know. So hopefully you're in the chat, you can pass it off to your teammates and let them know. Obviously the other strats that we've had in previous weeks, we've seen teams split where they'll go for a hot drop, get themselves a couple of extra kills and send off one of the teammates for a revive. And then last week we had the opposite. I think it was Three Fingers Deep. They went and camped a revive as a full squad. And a few friends rolled in and got finished and wiped out of the game completely. There's plenty. We've got two different flight paths usually. I think last week it was only the one flight path. Maybe we'll have the two. So we'll manage to have a good spread of opportunities to go to your favourite parts of the map. I do like Rondo. I think the graphics are... Oh, where's Ren? I'm not sure. She usually jumps in and says hello, or she jumps in for a game. Maybe she's having a rest. I know she's had a busy week. She's been looking after all the guys at VG. That's the leader of Velocity Gaming. Pretty hard to keep this crew all in line. And I'm sure you know why. So who do you think that... obviously we got the winners of last game, but who do you actually think is going to win this whole thing? From the teams that you've seen in previous weeks, and definitely, of course, tonight. I thought Eshe might have managed to get themselves up the leaderboard, but unfortunately with the pushing over and over again, sometimes mistakes can happen. And unfortunately that unfolded where they'd run themselves into two squads there at Gaka. Be wary of the zone, so we don't get what happened the week before in Erangel, where I think we lost almost 12 players to the blue zone. The winner of last week was the Crowns, with a close second place was the blue zone, from what I could see last week. It was just dropping people left, right and centre. I'm wondering if I can see up there. So the shrink zone's just 1.1 at the moment. I'm not sure if that's been adjusted as of yet. But the player zone damage, that's the one. If that gets jacked up, this is where you need to jump onto your cars and get yourself to circle. If you're going to get yourself into a fight, be wary of what's left on the clock before that zone starts to shift. Otherwise, you'll end up on the blue board kill zone tally. And as I've always said, the blue zone is the biggest killer of the game, so make sure you get yourself in your car, get your rotations in, and get yourself to that final circle. What are we? We're at 7:37. So we can't be too far off getting into the next game. Slot 13, Funny Quirks 2 haven't managed to roll in yet. Team Known, the VOD officials, they've obviously haven't made it tonight. Hopefully nothing untoward's happened to them. Hopefully see you next week, but we're into game 2, Rondo. And it's just thinking about it, it's going to let me in. So hopefully everyone's changed their outfits for the humid heat of the Eastern Asian parts of Rondo. Neckweek and Mama and Bio are just standing there having a bit of a chat. We've got the saucy friends, the hot sauces in here. Got the three figures deep. Oh, we've got some flashy bits and pieces over here. I'm pretty sure that'd be Funny Quirk. And Ken's just getting the Viking boat out. And we've got a lion there from Dirty. We're just really seeing the fancy things from these guys. I love it. Oh, peace. So you can see the upgradable patch there. Upgradable pack that we've got to the car there. Unfortunately, it's glitching, so that might have to go back to Mark's Motors. It's been taken a long way away from there, so surely they can get it back in there before the end of next week and ready for Tuesday night scrims. What do we got for Rondo? We've got ourselves a double line on the northern side. Line 1's going from Ringjiang all the way up to Ryan. And the other plane, we'll call that plane 2, has managed to just shift past Minhu and make it all the way down to Jadina City, I believe. And we'll let that just jump back into out of existence, the map, let everyone make their own decisions. We're with Dirty and the crew again, the leader of KD. Mama's managed to jump in. So they now have a team of 4, but unfortunately Mama's offline. That's not good. All adjusted, I don't touch it, play zone damage is normal. Alright, cool. Sorry about that. So these guys have got their own little spot together, but I'm pretty sure, where is it? Anyone else going here? So we're with the day shift and we've got a PUBG glitch. Oh, ooh, what's happened there? Oh, we've got a big PUBG glitch, have we? Maybe if I just flick it across to somebody else there for a minute. We've got the day shift. They've got themselves a place on their own. Is there anyone else that seems to be pretty close? Tin's usually a bit of a hot spot. So we've got Eshays there, have we? No, we've got Team 11. We've got Hot Mess. Hot Mess are just at the service station. Getting themselves a few discount offers from the fuel station there as the prices are starting to go up due to the things happening out in the Middle East. Unfortunately, fuel seems to be getting quite dear. They've got a bit of a 3-1 split, bit of a trash loot. With the high amount of loot, I'm sure they'll be able to get themselves together. Everyone's pretty far away at the minute. I'm going to go over to these guys. If I can get it to click on it, would be highly appreciative. Team 4, Pulsate. They've got the car. They're going to go and shoot a few hoops before they go into battle. Get themselves all ready to go. Stretch those fingers. Go to the gym. Grab himself a couple of vehicles and rotate into zone. They'd probably have nearly enough stuff there for a whole squad just to kit them out with a gun and so forth. But Moods is on their own, so that wouldn't be the case at the minute, I wouldn't have thought. What is Moods doing? She's just wondered, whether she shoots a few free throws or plays a bit of table tennis. Adjusting the gun. She's got the M4 and the Car9. The bolt action's still a very appropriate match on this 8km by 8km map. Shooting through the bamboo and the trees of Rondo. I'm not sure where the rest of her crew is, but she's on her own at the minute, so they may have gone somewhere for a bit of a hot drop. And she's on the, looks like she's taken the strat of the rotations to get the friends up if they die. Oh no, they're just a bit further to the north. So we'll go over to Dread. He's got my favourite little SMG from Rondo. And he's got an SKS. I can't remember what Smelly calls the SKS, but I found it absolutely hilarious. So they're really quite split all over the place. They've got a 2-2, they've got a 2-1-1 split across 3 compounds. And they've got Team 8 just over the back there, the Source. They're just getting their spread on, getting their condiments together. The hot sauce. I'm not soz. They've got a shop there. Just getting a couple of drinks. A few first aids. Oron's over the back there. Really good looking map, to be honest. The graphics look fantastic. Jimmy Bullets is over the back there. One of Aries' old mates. Good to see you, Jim. Always a struggle to get through the window on PUBG sometimes. Happens to me all the time. He's managed to get himself an AUG and a Mini. Got pretty good gear, good throwables. You want to get yourself plenty of nades on this map. The nades are nearly just as good as smoke in the final circles, just from the divots that they make. But smoke is obviously still handy. I'd have probably a couple of each there if you can fit them. Even put them in the boot of the car. I tend to load up the back of the car, put in a few extra 5s in there, can of gas, maybe a Trogent special, which is a full med kit of course, if you weren't aware of that. But these guys are going to get their loot on. Everyone's still pretty far spread. I thought these guys might have run into each other by now. They're in the car. Team 12, the Eshe lads. Pokey, Manny, and the crew. We're going to go with player 4. We're just going to go with Zealy tonight. But Deadly and Zealy. Ren did recorrect me that it's not Deadly, it's something else, but I can't remember what it is. But it's going to have to stay like that for a minute because it's set in my brain as that's what it is. And that's what it's going to be tonight. So they got themselves all kitted. Oh, Trap's just taken down neck weak. Where's that? That's up the top here. Just taken down Trap. Trap's taken down Tony, and then that's the name I was talking about, Deadly. Buddha gonna pick him, I think. Oh, he has. Buddha been picked by Trap. So Team 5 of the Three Fingers Deep are just going to get themselves back together. I'm pretty sure that's going to be on social media next week. As Enzi's over the back there from Team 3, the Throbbing. Oh, that's right. It wasn't Deadly, it's Therapy. And Rax has taken down Therapy. I'm going to need Therapy by the end of this, ladies and gentlemen. I've been pretty blessed that most of the names are the same every week. But when they start getting the little squiggly bits going there, I don't mean to butcher them. Rax has taken off. He's missed the drive-by shooting. So Three Fingers Deep has managed to keep themselves together. Unfortunately, Daystalker's off at a seminar this afternoon, so he hasn't been able to jump into game 1 or 2. Rax has put down Therapy again. And, finished Therapy and knocked down Tony, sorry. So Rax is not the type of player to step back and let this go away. And he's jumped into the passenger seat. And he's finished Three Fingers Deep. And that is why Crowns won last Tuesday. Obviously not just from Enzi, but from all the friends there. They're all pretty handy players. So he's jumped in with the Throbbing tonight. And they'll be pretty happy with his Throbbing. I don't know where the rest of them are. They're just having a bit of a chill over the back there. The drops come down. And what have we got? We've got a dub. Hey guys, it's over here. Eshe, oi, come back. So they've driven away from an AWM. That is out of control. Boys, it's over here. Unfortunately, Eshe, they missed the first drop of Rondo. They've got themselves another car. They're just dishing out their pro strats. Definitely having more than one vehicle is a great idea if you're going to drive past one or multiple squads. You're a bit of a sitting duck if you're all in one car, unfortunately. So they're going for a bit of a cruise around. They've familiarised themselves with the map. Everyone seems to be cruising in, but it looks like it might happen here in a minute. Whoa! High in the sky. So we've still got the throbbing running around the back. Decoy's copping a few whacks from Eshe. And he's going to drive back to his mates. They look like they're following him. Go, Decoy! Hopefully Decoy can manage to call out to the mates and go tell them that there's a few other squads coming behind him. He's got the Eshe clan on the back of him. Decoy's taken a few hits. Is he going to manage to be able to get away? How far away are his teammates? They are a mile away. Usually a smarter idea staying a bit more of a cluster. He's just going to keep driving and get himself to safety, hopefully. That car's looking pretty banged up, though. Decoy's low. I hope he's got a few bandies to put in. Let's see what they can see from behind. Oh, he's got himself an M4 with a Holly suppressed. Just missed that knock. So they're just jumping back in now to the blue. Decoy is absolutely driving for his life. He's obviously whacked on a couple of bandies. He's stopped. Oh, they're putting him down. So Throb have lost another member of Decoy, and he's been taken by Kensting. And the rest of the boys are rolling in from behind. So they'll grab a bit of loot. They'll probably go to the loot truck there, grab a few bits and pieces. Who we got down the back here? That's the Pulsate. Moods! What's going on? Just eating a bit of blue. Telling the friends to hurry up. We're going to go. This one's going to hurt. This next zone's going to hurt. That's the Pulsate. They're pulsating their way into zone. It almost sounds like a few of these names are going to, of the teams are going to align with my blood pressure problems at the moment by the sounds of things. Maybe that's why it is. We'll go down to the Funny Quirks. The winners of game 1. They've got a car each. Funny Quack has managed to get himself back into game 2. They're pretty handy with the rotations, these guys. They all seem to have played together for a while and got a good gameplay and style together. Unfortunately, Ken doesn't seem to be there this time. Has he jumped into one of the other sides, maybe? Or was maybe he was into a different team. I'll check that in a moment. Oh. So we're all rolling into zone. We'll get back over here. There's a couple of... Oh, we've got another drop here. It's the same dub from before. Why has it done that? That is rude. Let's go down to Team 11. Actually, we'll go and check these guys out. Hot mess. New team. So Auron from Source has just taken down Chaos. I'm not sure where that's happening. Oh, and I've just seen Whiskey being taken down by... Was it Pokey from Eshe's? So Whiskey's down. Get back in the eye of the sky. So they're just smacking him from the blue. So they've just driven through at the wrong time. And Whiskey's been finished. They might be able to get him back up. Oh, no. So Whiskey's... They've obviously had the extra player. They're ready to get him up. Great move. We'll go up and see what the night shift are doing. Smelly and the team are up here. Smelly, First Day Monkey and Enzy. They're just plodding along. They're getting their bits and pieces together. Enzy's got himself an M4 and a shotgun. He's running the meta tonight. Monkey's down the back. He might be just in the back there. He's obviously still finishing his dinner, making some toast. Maybe a hot drink just to get him through game 2 and game 3. First Day's doing the same. He's probably just getting himself a Milo. Getting himself ready. He's ready for the rotation. He's been a bit unwell, the man, this week. Oh, he's up out of the car. Obviously that coffee's kicked in. He's ready to go. So those boys are all set up in the northern side of the map. They've got to cross the water, get themselves into zone. But there doesn't seem much to be going on yet because we've got so much zone with so little players, unfortunately. So they're 4 strong again. Teammate, the Source. They've managed to get themselves all back together, but they'd still cross the way from Eshe. And I'm pretty sure they'd know that they're going to be... Oh, and who have they got at the back there? They've got the Hot Mess. The Hot Mess and the Source. So Wyatt and Chaos are still out in the blue there. They're making their way in. They obviously don't have a car or anything. They're on the Shoelace Express and the Lamborghini's off to the left there. So I wonder if these guys are going to be able to spot them coming into zone. Soz has jumped in the car. They're ready to do an early rotation, but I don't think they know these guys are here. Colleran. Colleran? Colleran. We're going with Colleran. There we go. I've tried to pronounce it out in my head, and that's what we've got. Teammate are driving away. Source, they're going to get themselves into circle, and Team 11, the Hot Mess, they haven't managed to throw off a shot yet. They're obviously on foot. They've got no vehicle. They want to get themselves to circle as the blue comes in, because we're going to start to get to the pointy end of the zone. I'm surprised KD haven't got themselves a yeet bag of yet and got themselves up onto the KD statue. Let's jump into the middle. Smelly's got him from north side of the map, right in the middle of the zone, and they've just jumped right into the back of Source and Eshe lads. So you've got 3 good snipers on that team. Enzi's probably a bit of a bulldog. He's a bit of a front-running player. That's probably a good setup for those guys. Eshe lads seem to be shooting across towards to Source there. A bit of a hot Source. But Eshe are going to push across. Let's see what we can see. Not much when it's looking at the wall. Let's jump back into Eye in the Sky. Eshe lads are just trying to work out what numbers are there. They've obviously heard some noise up the top. And they're in the open at the minute. Zealy is just out in the open, but I don't think he knows that the night shifts are behind them. And they're just punched... Oh, Crowns! Brax has just rolled up behind someone. He's just taken down Monkey and being knocked by Smelly. So that'll finish him off. Smelly's finished off Brax. So it'd be fair to say the night shift have managed to keep a team of 4 together, but that's unfortunately given them away to the Eshe lads and to Source down the bottom there. They'll know there's another team in the vicinity. I'm wondering if they can still get Enzi up. First, they've just taken a knock on Aurea, and Eshe's has just hit Soz down, so they've got 2 down there for the Source. Someone's dropped the bottle. And we've got Team 11 rolling in the back there, the Hot Mess. So this is where it's at the moment. Cat's just put down Bio. And Aries just put down Moods. So that's the day shift. We'll try and flick over there real quick. So they must have been just shooting them out of the blue there. Moods is still down to a knee. They've got themselves a great possession there. Oh, Freckles managed to get himself in. Player 4. Good to see a player 4. There's our man from Makermunga, the best cheeses in the Melbourne districts. He's just shooting off at Team 11 there. There's a few teams rotating in there. You've got FQ, and you've got the Hot Mess. And here comes the zone. Moods has just gone down a player zone, so no one will get those points, unfortunately. Smelly's gone down. Smelly's been finished. So we'll get back in the eye in the sky. I'm not sure who just got Smelly. So Source is rolling in the back of behind the night shift, which I can only see Monkey. Oh no, here they are. Here they are, here they are. Pokey's just taken down Ken. So we've got teams everywhere at the moment. Let's get closer. Pokey's just caught on fire. Oh, it's all happening. Dirty's just hit Monkey from long range with that dub. That's finally been picked up. And that's the end of, I don't even know who just got finished then. That just went so quick. Eshe lads are still a team of 4. They've got 1 to get up. Pokey's just finished off Peace. It was Funny Quackers that have missed out on taking out Eshe. We've got someone in a yeet plane there. I'm not too sure who that is. Unfortunately, the KD statue is not in this week, so they won't be able to keep finishing off their creation. I believe it's a KD Knucklez Leap Fist they're going to try and carve it into over the coming months. So the night shift have got themselves in the car. They've still got 3 strong. Monkey still seems to be there. Rax has put down Dread. Where's that happening? He's across the water. Dread's low. Arnie Nye's down. Oh, and they're finished. Whiskey's just taken down Arnie Nye as well. We've got Eshe rotating around on Team 11, the Source. So these guys across the water, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Monkey's just gone down and taken down. Oh, we got VG on VG, actually. Hey. Hoppy's just taken down Monkey. Pokey Bear's just taken down Auron from Source. Freckle's down on a knee. Enzy's just put down Hoppy. So we're exchanging a bit of fire here. Aries on his own at the back there. They've tried to throw the molly, but it's just short. Pokey's just taken down somebody else there, but I've missed it, unfortunately. Trap's taken down Coralin. And Pokey's taken down Wyatt. And Dirty's taken down Oren at the back there. So Hot Sauce are rotating around the back of the VG action. Cat has just taken down Monkey to a knee, and I think that's Enzy at the back there. He's just jumped in on the day shift, night shift battle. Pokey Bear's just taken down Spice. Rax has just put down First Day. And he's going to drive in and say hello. I don't think he knows that it's the 2 VG teams. Pookie Bear's just put down Aurea. And Pokey's just put down Wyatt again. So it's a similar battle over the back there. But I might just stay here. Pookie Bear's just finished Aurea. And Jimmy Bullets has gone down to Mama. Rax has just scrolled through. But Hot Sauce has copping a few whacks from Aries and Hoppy over the back there. Ken Shit has just hit Freckle again. Where is all that coming from? Whew. So we've still got 17 alive. The fiddlesticks are out. Thanks, Bushka, for the terminology. I'm going to have to use it because I like it. It's a beauty. So the night shift and the day shift are on the north, just eating a bit of zone there. And they've still got the opportunity to run into the throbbing, and you've got Eshe over the back there with the high ground. That water's going to be a bit difficult for everyone to cope with. Unfortunately, Enzy's taken down Cat and Hoppy's taken down Enzy, so the day shift and the night shift are at each other again. Eshe's taken down Enzy, so there seems to be a bit of third-party action going on here. Hoppy's just taken down Monkey again. Eshe's are pushing in. Pokey's just hit out Eshe. So it's a bit of tit for tat. Back into World Vision. Eshe went to go for the push. But they're low, so they need to re-heal and get themselves into zone there. Hoppy's just finished Monkey for Game 2. That'll be in the chat this week, if not in the coming seconds or minutes. Trap's just put down Eshe Manny. So we've got this long-range battle across the road and across the water from either side of the map. Dirty's just put down Eshe Kenshin with the A-dub. Great shot. Let's just get in behind Dirty there, see what he can see. Did he get the finish? He's put Manny down to a knee. Aries has just finished First Day for Game 2. So Eshe lads are just shooting off a few mortars there. Oh no, hang on, that's Mama. Mama has just hit Eshe, Sealy, with the mortar, so she's going to get the double hit there, I would have thought. And whoa, it's just... So we've only got 2 for the Velocity Gaming at the moment. We've got the day shift over there, Aries and Hoppy. They should be able to get themselves together and get themselves into zone. Eshe lads are pretty damaged at the moment, but they all seem to be up. No, they've still got 1 down on the tree there. They're going to have to run like hell to get themselves into circle. Team 2, the Thrust, are going to run into the throbbing. And Dirty's just taken down Trap and put him to a knee. Pookie Bear's put down Decoy, and Rax has taken off and got himself to circle. He's got himself a great little ditch. So he's shooting back towards... Oh, and he's finished the throbbing. So Rax is from Team 2, the Thrust, has just got Eshe above him, Team of 3, and you've got the day shift out there as a duo. They're slightly battered at the minute. On the northern side of the map. Hoppy's gone down to Eshe. Oh, and they've just managed to finish off there off Rax from Team The Throbbing. So they're slowly just going to push in as a 1-1 split. All pretty confident players, the Eshe lads. So these boys have managed to get themselves a few fiddlesticks and get themselves in the zone. Let's just bring that circle up. Unfortunately, Hoppy's gone down to Kenshin and been finished for tonight. So Aries got himself a 3v1. And he's gone down, and the Eshe lads have taken out Team 2 against the day shift. Wow. I was struggling to keep up with that. It was almost like preemptive of what's going to happen in boot camp later. Congratulations to the winners of Game 2 Rondo, the Eshe lads, Manny with 2, Pokey with 7, Zeely with 2, and Kenshin with 5. So what's that? We've got 14. That's 16 kills for Game 2. That'll push them right up the leaderboard. We've got the day shift here. Freckles managed to jump in, give him another plug, make a munga. He's got himself no kills. He's going to have to get himself to the training room this week, but they've managed to get themselves 5 kills between Aries, Hoppies, and Cat. We've got Thrust there. They'd be pretty close up the leaderboard there next to the Eshe lads. Three Fingers Deep haven't performed as well as I would have thought so far. But we'll just give you a bit of a flick through so you can see how you all went, so you can give yourself some time to review during the week. But here's the most important part of Game 2. We've got the stars of the match. We've got MPJ Pokey with the 7 eliminations and 1,000 damage. Pokey's also come in for the second award as well of the best companion with 3 rescues and 3 assists. And then Eshe, Kenshin, 5 elims for the finisher. Well done. Well done to Eshe lads. Great to have you back. Funny Cracker's trying to get me into the things. Not probably the right time for that, brother. Hang on a second. I'm still a busy man. We've still got 2 games to go. We're going to roll into Game 3, which is Miramar. This is the Mexican desert where the chickens are usually served with a side of sand and maybe some extreme dehydration. So get yourself a cold drink before you get yourself to Miramar. Slip, slop, slap. Put yourself on a hat. Something smart to wear in the heat of the Mexican desert. I'm going to grab myself a cold drink. I might even just do a little quick dance. Vicky, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll put a bit of a rock and roll outfit on this week. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, we've managed to keep the tunes from the game lobby, have we? Perfect. Perfect. Perfections. Everyone's slowly starting to filter in. Oh, that'll get rid of it. So we've got 22 in so far for Game 3. Miramar. After we've had the funny quirks take out Game 1, and Game 2 was taken by the Eshe lads. Clearly 3 figures deep are struggling without Daystalker tonight. He's a formidable force, and I'd be wishing him well to get that seminar completed with last day and get him back out on the battlefield for Tuesday night. Hope the man's well. Love watching his all play. The day shift and the night shift in that last game actually put themselves out of placement tonight, I would have thought. I'm sure that'll be getting around the chat this week, if it hasn't already started. If there's any players you want to look at their stats or their in-game lobby, give us a write in the chat. I've got the 1 minute delay. In the coming months or weeks, I'll try and increase that delay as my YouTube channel increases with hopefully a bit of popularity. So if you don't mind, and if you haven't already, give it a follow, a subscribe, a share, a like, whatever you got to do. Also, I'll pass it around to your friends and family and colleagues, whoever you like, especially if they have an interest in PUBG Mobile. Get them in here to the Knuckles Deep scrims, so we can keep continuing with the journey that's been created by these guys. Thanks for Vicky for opening up the rooms. Anthony Furners just said to me, maybe take a breath and go and get a cold drink. Oh, I think I'll save that for maybe after this game. I've managed to finish off the Samaj lemongrass and ginger. That just warmed up the vocal cords, and I've rolled myself into a cold drink. A non-alcoholic VG lager. To be truthful, it's actually it's a fruit cup crush cordial, one of Ren's favourites. So hopefully that can get me through the Rondo game, and then I might get myself something a little bit more heavier just to get me through the hot drop at boot camp. I'll look forward to that. So we're slowly creeping up closer to the number of 40. So hopefully a few of those teams might be able to fill out a whole team. Team 9 haven't managed to make it in. Vod officials. Hopefully nothing untoward's happened to them. Look forward to see his play in the coming weeks. It's great to see a few of the other two teams roll up tonight, which was the Source and the Hot Mess, and the Funny Quirks have managed to get 2 teams in, but unfortunately they haven't fulfilled that spot. Therapy must have slotted into their other side. With Ken, maybe? Oh no. The confusion is real. So Therapy's jumped in up there with KD. Alright, so there is a little bit of confusion for me, and that'll obviously make it a bit more difficult for the admin team to put the scores together. But we'll leave that with Dirty and Vicky and the crew there at Knuckles Deep. I'm sure they'll be able to sort that all out. Go back and watch the stream and see where it all went wrong. Your match will start in 15 seconds, so hopefully everyone's ready and changed their outfits for Game 3. Give themselves something to blend into the sandy parts of the Mexican desert of Miramar. I really look forward to a few of the hot drops on this map. Starting with Picardo, you've got the boxing arena, where I believe Hoppy's setting up his Tai Chi lessons for everyone. There's also a fisting class at the casino, carried on by first day and last day. Or are you going to be heading down to maybe San Martin or Hacienda, where I thought it was Daystalker and Neckweek and the crew were going to have a party at Hacienda, the luxury villa, and they were going to call it the Win 94 shoot off. That's the KD party at Hacienda. Oh, Dirty's got his dance on. Hopefully some other people can get in there and join him. A good dance before you get out of the end of the game will just stretch your fingers out, relax the nerves. Oh, Spelly's got some cool things. Oh. Haven't seen that one before. So Tay Money and the crew are all in there. A bit of VG and KD action there before they hit the battlefield. Hoppy's jumped in the car. Peace's car. Hopefully in the coming weeks we might get to see Troji's personalised plates when Jaso's not too busy out with previous engagements and get him into the scrims. So we're with Dirty again in Game 3, the sandy parts of Miramar. We'll have a look at the line real quick. We're starting up from Campo Militar and we're going to head all the way down to the south, to Petrona and the prison. We'll jump away from that. We'll stay with the leader of KD, so we can try and complete some fair gameplay. Obviously it's only a 1 minute delay. Just gives everyone a fair advantage. And then stops all the goss in the chat during the week. So we're nearly halfway across the map now, heading down towards the prison. We're just heading over Los Leones. Let's just see if we start to get a bit of a spread out there. We've got two teams up the top here. We've got the Funny Quackers. So they're up at Campo Militar, which is one of Ducky's favourite spots of the map. And they're there with the day shift. I think there is only a duo there with the day shift. So Hoppy and Aries are on the Shoelace Express. They've obviously heard the sounds in the background and pushing their way back. Freckle and Cat are a bit further back and they're obviously talking to each other about the issues they've got ahead of them. They're probably not overly keen to get into an early engagement just at the start of the map. So there's a few crossbow shots coming out there from one of the guys here from FQ. Just saying, hey, we're here. And if you want to fight, we're up for it. I appreciate the advice, Freckle, of going to take a drink and taking a couple of deep breaths. He's the man himself. He's got the yellow mummy suit and the fancy little backpack there. That is pretty cool, that backpack, I must admit. He's picked himself up a scar. He's got himself a few throwables. Probably would like a vest once FQ start throwing a few bullets in. They'll just rotate around the back and probably try and find themselves a car and push themselves into dirt zone. Dirty's just taken down first, eh? Where was that? Overalls. I'm missing out. We better get over here. We better get eye in the sky. Where are we? So Corin's taken down Monkey. So we've got three teams here at the minute. Monkey's been finished in Game 3 at Miramar. Got the Storm in the background. So we've got Enzy and Smelly still up at the top. Team 2, we've got the Thrust. And we've got the Hot Mess down in the town, pushing their way up. So I'm wondering if Enzy and the crew have lost a couple of friends. So first day's just going to go and have a bit of a spell and get himself ready for the hot drop. Go and put his jammies on and some slippers, get himself ready for the hot drop. So those boys will probably have to push back. Otherwise they're going to roll in right in the middle of this. Whiskey's just put down Mama. Mama likes to push and obviously didn't realise there was so many in front there. Let's get up on Chaos. Pokey Bear's just gone down. So Whiskey's got himself 2 knocks after dying early in the previous match. That'll give him a bit of confidence for the rest of the game. Chaos is still pushing up towards Dirty and Tay Money. Tay Money's taken a knee, so they've only got the one left. Or Tay Money's been finished by Chaos. Mama's just been finished off by Whiskey. The Storm's managed to pass. Let's get down him. Oh, Dirty managed to get a few hits on Chaos. Put a few hits on him. Oh, he's been finished. So Team 2, the Thrust, have gone out early in Game 3, Miramar. So we've still got Hot Mess and we've got the day shift over the back here, the night shift, sorry, at the back here. They would have heard that engagement down in front of them. And hopefully I won't have to worry about... Oh, what have I pressed there? That's a bad time. Sorry about that, ladies. Oh, man. Why'd you have to do that? Technology is not working for me at the minute. Let's try and jump back in there. I've lost me chat. Let's not worry about that too much. We'll get back up here and see the friends. They're down at the prison. Team 4. Pulsate. Bio's got himself a knife and an Azkaban, or it might be even an AK. They're pretty quiet over here at the minute. They can just take their time, get themselves ready to get themselves up to zone, fight for those final battles. I'm not sure where the other two are. They may be over towards the southern side of the island. Just spreading out them to maximise their trash looting method. Get as much loot as they can so they can get themselves ready. Let's get back up here. Three Fingers Deep are going to maybe get rolled in by, where are they? Alazar. Oh, where'd the other team go? I've seen him in the background. It was the Funny Quirks, I think. So Funny Quirks must have rolled out of Campo Militar and started heading in towards zone. I'm wondering if they're going to roll into Three Fingers Deep. So Therapy's managed to jump in for Daystalker. Pretty formidable player. Seen him play quite well over the previous weeks. Next week we'll be pulling the strings there with Budadinya and Tony, put this team together. They've got a car down the end there as well, so that'll sort them out. They'll be able to rotate quite easily. That obviously hasn't occurred. Oh, hang on, they are coming. So Funny Quacker's jumped in the green machine. We're starting to see that they're off to the side there. The other team, I'm not sure if they're going to run into each other. Doesn't appear to be the case. Alien Baby's got a friend on the back there. Putting a bit of a heal on, bit of a boost. Whoa! They're about to run into Team 4, I'm pretty sure. Three Fingers Deep. I've just seen them flick up on the screen a couple of times there. I might just jump back into Eye in the Sky. So we're just out of render age from the opposing team that they may have run into, but they've just gone for another bit of a trash loot just to try and work out their rotation into zone. As we've got kind of a southeasterly shift around Impala and Los Leones at the moment. Let's get down here. Smelly seems to be found a few more friends. Unfortunately lost Monkey. Monkey in first day early on in the fights. The fights that they've come across here. Where are they exactly? Oh, hang on. That's a bad time, isn't it? They're at Chumacera. Or if you say it Australian, it's Chumacera, mate. So Wyatt's at the back, and then the three other opponents, or teammates, I should say, are down in town, just filtering their way through the buildings. Smelly and Enzy have just got the side of the cliffs there, so they're probably just trying to get a few eyes on. Enzy's got himself an M4. Can't exactly see what map he's... Oh, he's got a 2X. That's not going to help him from 350 metres away, I wouldn't have thought. Smelly's having a bit of a look over the back. Still wondering if they're going to try and do a 3-1 rotation on him. We've got no one else in vision at the moment. So we're still just trying to find ourselves a battle and find our feet in this map. Everyone's just so far away. It's not going to kick off for a while, so we'll just check the zone. And we'll check the drop. We've got ourselves an MK14. Pretty versatile weapon for Miramar, for close range and long distance. Stick that thing on full auto. And when I hear that, I start running, that's for sure. So Rax has managed to jump in with the KD crew tonight and really done a great job for these guys. They've got St. Martin on their own by the looks of things. They might be going down to check out Three Fingers Deep party down at Hacienda. The Win 94 shoot-off. Unfortunately, Daystalker couldn't host the party this evening. He had a prior engagement, wasn't able to make it into Three Fingers Deep, so they've vacated the vicinity, and obviously the Throbbing have managed to take hold of San Martin tonight. As the zone pushes in, that's going to push all these teams together, and that's going to make my job a hell of a lot harder. They're getting in the car now. They have been to the Three Fingers Deep party at Hacienda. They've grabbed themselves the Gold Morado. They've eaten all the hors d'oeuvres and drunk all the drinks that were provided by the KD clan there at Hacienda, and they're going to push themselves in the middle of zone. Heshe crew are already in there. They're in the centre. They've jumped into the Mazda CX line. Walle's just taken down Smelly, so that's still going on at the top there. So Enzi's on his own. He probably doesn't want me to jump on him on his own, but they're in the blue and he's quite low. What happened? He's got 4 bandages left. So it would appear Hot Mess don't want to let him get away. And he's pushed away a bit, but they're just following him ever so slightly. Or are they going to let this engagement go? They're doing a few wheelies in the bus out in the sandy parts of the Mexican desert of Miramar. Wyatt's running across in the open because they realise that there's no windows on this side, so Enzi can't unfortunately get a bit of a shot on them. Are they going to push in? Or are they going to go to circle? It would appear it's going to be a circle rotation. And Enzi's going to get the finish, the knock on Wyatt. Won't get the knock because there's a berm in the way. They've split there and they're going to take on VG as a full team. No pushes. They're going to get all the throwables inside as much as they can. Enzi must have been out on the side of the balcony there, has capped a few hits. I don't know if they know he's so low on meds. Oh, and Enzi's gone down to play zone. And that will finish him for game 3. Soz has just taken down 89 Dread. Let's go and see where that is. Oh, hang on a minute. And they're running into, who's that? Team 4. Laura's gone down to Dread. Soz has taken down 89 and Bio's the last one alive at the back there. Copping a few hits and has been knocked, so there's obviously still one more player for Team 4, which we can't see where they are at the minute. Bio's going to cop a nade. So they've still got Moods. Moods has taken off and in the car. Or she'll be ringing up Mark's Motors to get a booking with that kind of driving. He's having a few issues there. So obviously hasn't driven 5-speed manual for a while. Probably should have picked up one of the automatic versions of the Murado. Unfortunately, they're for Moots. I have seen this particular player manage to get their way into the final circles of zone as a solo many a time. Good luck, Moots. So Eshe lads are up the top here. I'm not too sure who they're near. And I've jumped on the airdrop. So has Team 3, the Throbbing. But they're going to get rocked up by Eshe. So Decoy has been taken down by Matt. Raxus has taken a few hits onto Kenshin. Oh, and they'd been done from both sides by Eshe lads. So that'll put the Throbbing down back to the game lobby. They'll get themselves ready to back for boot camp. But Eshe lads have just pretty much just taken a hold of this whole scrim at the moment. They'll loot up. They'll get them. They've got themselves in zone already. They were in centre of the circle not that long ago. We didn't actually see what was in there. That was the MK. The very versatile weapon. Close range and long range. 8 and a red dot. Perfect for that particular weapon. The CX-9's managed to get itself through to another battle. And they got the gold Murado. So they've managed to take Three Fingers Deep favourite car from Hacienda. The golden Murado. They'll now take claim of that and they'll be able to use that for the rest of the game. Moods are still rolling in. Soz is not there. KD are coming across. Oh, put it in. He's got a pretty fancy little set of wheels. Gee whiz. Hopefully I've still got comms. If anyone's there, just give me a bit of a thumbs up. One thing I haven't said overly much tonight, there is the reaction button down in the bottom right hand corner. That might help my algorithm. Give it a bit of a press if you're still there. Whether it's the little love heart, the smiley face or the hundy. Be much appreciated if you could all give it a bit of a press quite a few times. More the merrier. Three Fingers Deeper up at Netflix and Chill. I believe that was one of Saucy Mix's favourite names for this area. They've taken ownership of that. They're over Minas Gialis. They'll be able to sit tight there. Everyone's still pretty far apart. Let's go and have a look at these guys. They're pretty close to another squad there, so hopefully we can get a bit of a fight here. We've got Team 8 and we've got Team 11 in the vicinity at Los Leones, which is the Hot Mess and the Sauce. I'll tell you what, if you have too much hot sauce, there will be a mess. That's bad. That was a real bad one. I probably should have tried these with some of my teammates before I started rolling out some of these comments. So they're going to have an urban battle from street to street for a while there. They're in no great rush. Jimmy Bullets is probably going to say, we probably need to get the zone, or we're going to end up part of the blue zone situation, which is not too far off kicking off again. They've got the 2 minutes. Wyatt's just grab the car there. They're going to probably rotate. We'll meet you in zone. We'll continue this battle in zone. Thanks so much for pressing the reaction button. If you're dead first day, you should have plenty of time to press that button. I'm pretty sure Monkey might be there as well for a couple of presses. Also from a couple of the other sides that have managed to die early. Get in there, press that button. But the hot sauce are going to make their way to zone. And so are the hot mess. Or the hot mess and the sauce. They've got themselves 2 cars now. They're laughing. So what do we got here? We're going to just zoom this in a bit. We've only got 3 out of the 6 sides into zone at the minute. With the day shift managing to get themselves a great position in zone. Freckles managed to jump in and fill a spot for them. Nix may have had to jump out. She is a very busy lady. They must have thought it might have been a good option to get another VG in just for this 3rd game. Another sniping type player, Freckle. They've got the Storm coming in on the background. They're getting into the car. They're getting their rotation on again. Just as that zone starts to come in, it's usually a great time to shift. I'm going to put it in you. Or put it in yous out in the storms. Oh, it's a bad storm this time too. Got the drop down there in the middle. The new update says what was it? It's stabilising the Murado. Oh, that'd be handy. That'd make it a hell of a lot handier for the VG and KD friends, that's for sure. So Team 12 are in the bottom there, the Eshe. And they've got 3 fingers deep up there at Netflix and Chill. Eshe have probably just pulled into the shop. Get a bit of a boost on. Buy a couple of things. They've also got the day shift off there to the far west. Perhaps up at those warehouses to the side as I jump into the eye in the sky. They're not happy with their location, so they're going to jump in their cars and perhaps rotate. Unfortunately, no one will be getting that drop tonight. It's managed to get itself up on top of the structure there. And it's, oh, hang on, it says it's empty. That can't be right. We do know that, was it 3 fingers deeper up to the northern side? Oh, it was an MG3 too. Unlucky. They've obviously pushed in to go and grab that and haven't realised from distance that it was up on top of that. What would you call that? I don't know. I've never really actually thought about what to name that building, but I'm sure over the next couple of weeks I'll manage to get something together and that's what it will be called from now on. Can Tony see anyone? Why won't it let me click on Tony? PUBG. Tony. Can he see the friends from the top there? He's only got himself an M16. I can't. He's got a 4X on that, so he might be just out of render range with that particular scope. We've got a bit of a love triangle here, VG, Eshe and KD. They'd obviously know that there's vehicles around and that they'd know that they're in the vicinity of each other, but probably just want to hold a few of those placement points. What was that? Mark's Motors will be out of pocket. Oh, yeah. They did put on a few specials, Mark's Motors, the other week with the KD gift cards. I'm pretty sure VG, First Day and Monkey, the drivers last week, would have utilised those to repair their cars for the scrims this week. So looks like these guys are just about to rotate into zone again. We've got another drop coming down. We'll check that out. No, we won't, because it won't let me. It's another MK. Far out. So we've got a few teams in here now. They're just starting to roll in. So we know that we've got KD 3 fingers deep up the top there. You can still see the vehicle there. The vehicle. And Source have just rolled in. on the western side. Eshe lads and then the day shift are over to that far side as well. Can we see any other cars starting to stroll in? We've still got 24 alive out of the possible 40. There's a car there. We've got another team rolling in from the back. So this looks like where it's starting to kick off. I'll just stay up eye in the sky. We've got the little flying fox over the back there. If Three Fingers Deep want to go and say hello to the day shift. Let's see what these guys can see. Well, we've got a couple of shots starting to crack off. The DMRs are starting to hit. There's obviously a few markers going out. We can see the friends. Aries is taking a couple of hits at Eshe lads by the looks of things. And maybe Freckle, is it? Car 98s and DMRs ready to go. 24 players left, Miramar, game 3. Who's going to get this one? Three Fingers Deep, Eshe, Source or VG. So Cat's just taken a knee from Ken Shin, but I'm pretty sure they're already in the car. They've called the knock before it's even started. Kerry's taken a few hits of the guys rolling in on the rotation and managed them to scare them off. FQ are up the back there. They're going to hit a few shots onto Eshe. So I think who they thought they were going to run into is completely changed. Moods has gone down from Coralin. Funny Quack has just put down Pokey, so they've got a couple from Eshe lads down to a knee. Ken's pretty low. Freckle's just taken down Ken, so it's a three-way engagement at the moment. So Therapy or Peace has just rolled in. Hoppy's just taken down Quacker. So Eshe lads are nearly all back 4 strong again. Ken's down to a knee, and they've just protected him with a bit of soft cover. Alien Baby's low, taking a hit from Manny. Alien Baby's down. Freckle's just... Oh no, Freckle took the knock on Alien Baby and just helped out Eshe. Ken's going to get finished by Ken Shin, and Manny's going to get finished. So oh, actually no, Freckle did get the points for that kill. That'll keep him pretty happy. Funny Quacker's still knocked behind the truck there. Pieces rotating, and Eshe lads are sending the shots back down to VG. As the hot mess just lurk at the shop. They get themselves a sausage roll and a can of Coke ready for the next fight. So Funny Quacker's just been finished and been taking the points from the knock from VG. Freckle down to Kenshin. Aries is at the front. Let's just jump in behind Manny and see what he can see. He's not even looking the way that I thought he may have. He doesn't realise there's no one behind him anymore. So the stream snipes have not been utilised overly much there, which is good. Whoa, Ori has taken down Coralin. We've got 2 down from Source. Oh, Whiskey has been doing a thing. And they've taken him out. Team 11. The hot mess have taken out this hot Source. Jimmy Bullets has gone down to Chaos, and Manny's just taken down Hoppy. That's back over to the side. Freckle's just copped a bit of a whack from a nade. Kinshi's just used the cat to a knee, and Aries has taken a knee as well. So the nades are coming in hot and strong from these guys. Aries has been finished in game 3. And Freckle's down to a knee, and Hoppy's down. So someone must have a self-revive. Cat's really low. And she's just putting a few... She doesn't have any bandies, maybe. She's getting a little bit of a heal off. Eshe are pushing his team day shift for game 3. That is so unfortunate for day shift. They did really well on a 3-way engagement. But the only remaining player that's managed to get out of that is FQ Peace and 3 of the Eshe lads. So we've got 3 Fingers Deep rolling down through the blue, getting themselves into zone. They'd obviously have a bit of an idea where everyone is. FQ's just doing a bit of a roll around and a rotation to get themselves into the next zone. They're at the back there. Buddadinya's on a northern rotation towards Eshe. And we've still got the hot mess. They've got the shop there. They can, if they get a few kills and a few coins, they can rejuvenate themselves by getting themselves a few discounted specials from the shop. Sausage roll and a pie. Maybe a can of Coke or a can of Sprite. Tony's out on his own. He's just rotating on a 1-3 split. We've got Peace over the back. We've got the Eshe lads with the high cover over on the eastern side. And we've got the drop over there. Pretty sure no one's going to need to know what that is at the moment, because we've only got 11 players left. And the zone shifted off to the western side and given it to Eshe, and probably just FQ have just probably only marginally out of zone. So I'm not too sure if Three Fingers Deep have got a vehicle. Knucklez has taken a knee from Chaos. They started to rotate but didn't realise that they were right there. So it's on. We are on. Oh, and Put It In is taken down 2. Chaos and Wyatt. And he's going to get the 2 points for that. Whiskey's rolling up. Eshe lads are throwing some long-range shots from the other side. Whiskey's going to just rotate into zone on his own, I believe. Blue's going to come in and probably finish Three Fingers Deep. Put It In has been done to zone. Chaos to zone, so they haven't got those knocks, so they're not going to get those points. Need to get the completions on those knocks. Pieces pushing into Eshe. Knucklez down to zone. Tony's down to zone. So we've got the 2 solos here versus a 3-strong Eshe. Pieces just pumping out the horn and letting them know I'm still here. I'm just trying to get myself a rock. A little bit of time to gather me thoughts. Whiskey's off to the side there, so he's just keeping himself quiet. Hopefully these 2 solos can work themselves in unison. Get themselves a few kills. Pieces on the rotation, looking, trying to get the solo split. And Peace is down. Zelia's taken down Peace from Funny Quackers. So we've got Hot Mess on their own. Whiskey's managed to do quite well for them tonight. They've got themselves a few kills. Whiskey's come out with 4. They've done really well on their first game. And put down Pokey to a knee. That extra point would be very handy if you get that knock, but I don't think that's going to be the case. You might have to fight him, unfortunately, there, Whiskey. They've got the berm there. He's got the metal fence. Wonder if he can shoot through the hole. Oh, Whiskey's put him one down, but unfortunately been knocked by, I'm not too sure who that was. Maybe it was Manny. And that was. Manny got the last kill there, I believe, but we'll see it in the next menu. Eshe lads have come out with game 3, and they've got themselves 11 kills. The Source, Hot Mess, sorry. They've come in with, what have they got? They've got themselves 11. That's a great effort. FQ have come in 3 with none. Put It In has got 2 for the Three Fingers Deep. The Day Shift have got themselves a couple. And that's the rest of the teams there. Everyone's still managed to get a couple of kills, even though going out early. Whiskey did it was an outstanding game by Whiskey. Great to see you guys jump in tonight. The what is it? The Hot Mess. Whiskey's managed to get 5 eliminations as going all out. Hoppy was the best companion with the 1 assist and the 2 rescues. Well done, Hoppy. And Eshe have come in with the final finisher. I was right. Manny got the last kill with 3 eliminations and 2 assists. And 10,395 metres travelled. Far out. How much fuel did they use? The excise would be terrible. So we better jump out of this game and lobby. I've nearly managed to get myself through the night. Where are we at? We've only got game 4 to go. The hot drop. Boot camp. The legendary Sonic meat grinder, the boot camp hot drop, where your lifespan can be roughly as long as one of first day's sneezes. I wonder what your VG KD will be tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to this every week. Is the hot drop at boot camp. The main Y building is really where it all starts to kick off. I'll really look forward to the sounds of the Vector and the QBZ getting around that map. Obviously, we've got a few rules for this boot camp hot drop. Must land at boot camp. Must land within the roads of boot camp. The 3 warehouses on the northern side are available. You can drop there, but you must push into boot camp. And to be the winner of boot camp, if the blue comes in, you have to keep fighting. We're battling for the boot camp. You want to be the winner of the entirety of the scrims for the week, and if you can't achieve that, you've still got the opportunity to come in as the hot drop wreckers, the meat grinder wreckers of boot camp, and have the week's Saturday night week banter of winning the hot drop. So I wonder who that'll be tonight. With Eshe lads being in absolutely outstanding, I'm sure there's still plenty of teams there that can kind of really cultivate themselves a win at boot camp. I really look forward to seeing the 40 players get in and spread themselves around the, half a dozen warehouses and a couple of townhouses off to the side there. You've got the main building in the middle with the hole. It'll be interesting to see who gets in there. Good to see VG and Quacker are so prompt into the room. They've got themselves in there straight away. I better get myself another beverage. I'm going to need it for this hot drop, I believe. Righto, I'm back. I've managed to get myself another non-alcoholic VG lager. Just in time for this hot drop. We've nearly got everyone in here. We're halfway full. We've got 19 at the moment. Thanks so much for everyone jumping into the stream tonight. We really appreciate it. Thanks for everyone jumping into the chat tonight. Eshe have been playing extremely well. If you die early or you have the time or you're watching the stream, make sure you press that reaction button. Really helps with my algorithm. Also helps the scrims. Let's get our OCE scrims back out and Knuckles Deep scrims back out in the community. Let's try and make it popular as we can so we can keep it all running for the incoming weeks and months. I've been fortunate enough to be once again given the opportunity by Kiwi Girl and the Knuckles Deep crew to cast tonight. Unfortunately, Kiwi Girl had a prior engagement, as I said earlier in the stream, but she'll be available again on Tuesday, I believe. Hopefully I can go out and stretch my legs in the scrims on Tuesday night. I look forward to seeing you all out there. So if you can, give us a follow, a subscribe, a like, a share, or whatever you do. Especially that reaction button. It's much appreciated. I really appreciate it. And I also appreciate Foopy for doing all my artwork for me and jazzing up the page a bit, making it a bit easier on the eye. Hopefully everyone likes all the updated artwork on the VG and YouTube and my YouTube channel. I'm pretty ecstatic with it, to be honest. Hoppy and Anthony have noticed that the Eshe have won again. They've got the negative pings going on, and Tony's not too happy either there by the looks of things. He might have to go and get himself a hot drink and take a breath and get himself ready for the hot drop at boot camp. So we've got 33 in. We're not missing a hell of a lot. Obviously Void didn't make it in tonight, and the day shift, or the night shift, sorry, of missing 2 members. Hopefully they can make themselves in, give themselves the best opportunity of getting themselves up the leaderboard. Team 12, the Eshe lads, they reckon they've got this tied in a knot and won already, so they're not even, it looks like they haven't managed to get themselves ready for boot camp. Void official didn't make it in tonight, so hopefully they can make it in next week. We've managed to get 33 in the room. I haven't checked the chat to see what the goings on are in the codes chat. Hopefully everyone can make it. Unfortunately, Eshe won't make the last game. So wondering who the team with the points were coming in second, whether it was the Thrust or the Throbbing, or it was the Pulsates, because I don't think Three Fingers Deep, without having their main man Daystalker in tonight, are managing to get themselves up the leaderboard. So we'll leave Dirty there with his own thoughts, and we'll go around and just see if anyone's up to any chaos in the gaming lobby. Trap's just there having a bit of a spell after this long, large maps that we've had during the night. This is where it all starts. You can either have a 30-second game or a 10-minute game, which may happen in any map, but this is now the hot drop. No one's getting a dance on. I'm just having a bit of a look around. Whiskey's got the outfit there. That's a great outfit for boot camp with the orange and the red. Be pretty proud of the game that he played in the last game there with the 5 kills. Great effort, Whiskey. Great to see Team 11 in tonight, the hot mess. Also the other new team, Source. Unfortunately, VOD officials didn't manage to make it in. They never do boot camp? Oh, that's a shame. They obviously don't like the boot camp map, unfortunately. And Eshe have not purchased their tickets for the flight to make their way to the boot camp. And here we go, we're with the leader of KD, Dirty, as everyone flies into boot camp. So we all know that we've got to stay within the roads of boot camp. We must land at boot camp to win boot camp. The points do tally towards your total at the end of the night. And we'll just push back on the spread. Heap of people landing on the east at the moment. The main building doesn't look like it's going to be occupied straight away. Day shift are over the back there on their own. Ken's just taken down Tony, and Oron's taken down Netweek from Three Fingers Deek. Oh, the vectors are going off already. Decoy's got Mama, and Ken's just taken down Tony. It's on down here in the warehouse. That's Enzi. He's just got himself a knock, which was Bio. Decoy's just taken down Buddedinya with the Vector, and Whiskey's got himself another kill from Buddedinya. So they're all in pretty close together there. Peace has just got Aurea, I believe. I'm sure someone will correct me during the week if I'm butchering any of these names. So the Source are just getting themselves back together, and Therapy's down in the trench. Team 10, we've got the Funny Quirks. They've got themselves a pretty popular building there, and Three Fingers Deep are in there, the usual spot. Trap's going down to Chaos. That's all happening in here. Is there no one in the main building? The day shift have got the main building is unoccupied, so they can just watch all the shenanigans go on from outside. But they still need to get a few kills to get themselves up that points, get some points tally happening. Is Arnie Nye on the roof? Arnie Nye's sunbaking on the roof with Dread and copping a few nades from Enzi. So they're obviously aware they're up there. Pookie Bear's just put down FQ Funny Quagger. We're going for the east and west sheds there. They've got another KD squad below them. Are they fighting in there? Tay Money knows that Enzi's down the bottom. Oh, let's get in here. So the footsteps and the communications are all happening. Peace is just taking down Sod Not Sods. Or should we get in here and have a look? So there's a bit of wall licking going on here in the big box. Brax is just taking down Pookie, and then Brax is just hit by Coralin from the back. That's all happening. Oria's just taking down Funny Quacker. That's over here. Alien Baby's just taking down Jimmy Bullets for the night. Ken's just taking down Oria. Tay Money's just taken down Decoy, and Brax has just finished off on Dirty. That's all happening still over here on the eastern. A bit of fun, but taking a knee from from Trap. Down Alien Baby for the knee for the night. Rax has been finished, and that's the end of the throbbing and the thrusts. From what was that? The hot mess. They've cleared out that side of the building. Freckles just got himself a kill with a Vectux. We better go and say hello to the great man. Jeez, a Vector. How good is it? The purring sound of the Vector at boot camp. Peace has just taken Oron down from Source and been finished for the night. Thanks for jumping in tonight, Source. Lovely to meet you this afternoon, Oron. I think he was one of the leaders there, maybe, or a co-leader in Elite. I'm not too sure. So they've got himself the southern side. Peace is just getting Therapy's just rolled in on the night shift, and Enzi's put him down for a night. Moods has just been taken down first day, so he's obviously had a bit of done the Tai Chi therapy with Poppy between games. He's got himself shit together. So the day shift and the night shift are just having a bit of a fist on there. And they've got Team 4 off to the side. They're just pulsating off to the side there. Enzi throwing a couple of nades into the main building. Funny Quirks are still over the back. They're just about to engage with Hot Mess. I really want to get right in there, but... So first day's just got his lick on there for a bit. And I may be pitching a few of the old terminologies from a few of the old streamers that I'd watched in the past, and I hope they do appreciate me keeping them alive. Armstrong Gaming and Goma Gaming, Franklin, all those old streamers that I used to watch is where I've pretty much kind of put my little thing together myself. So it's been a tit for tat at the moment. No one wants to give up the chance of having the bandit for the week. But running in the open is not the way. Peace is just putting down Wyatt and finish for the night. They've lost one of their handy players. The old running in the open strat, I'm tipping that crate's not going to get looted for a while. If I was in one of the teams, and a press vector has just given Chaos a bit of a tickle on the chin from Alien Baby, I believe. With an AK and a Vectux. Bit of a lick of a wall there. And they're coming a bit of a fist from behind, from the night shift. The day shift just hold the main building. Ken's just put down first day for a knee. And he's really low. I don't think he's going to get out of that one, and that'll finish him for the night from Ken. Hopefully you can get the band back together and get Lasty in with you one night. Unfortunately, he's still been doing a few of his conferences there, or on how to do up shoelaces. Now that he's worked out how to do it, he's out there teaching Daystalker and the crew how it all goes together. Alien Baby just copped a few hits there from Coralin. I'm still going with Coralin. I know it's wrong, but that's what it's going to be. So Kent's had a bit of a stellar night. I haven't seen him jump in for a while. He's having a bit of a lick of a wall, just eating a nade. Peace has just gone down from Coralin, and they're going to push now. Let's get in here. Let's get inside. They're pushing up the stairs. Oh, and that's them finished. That's the funny quirks. Have been done by, what was it? I'm having a brain fade because it's going too quick. Hot Mess have taken out funny quirks for tonight. Thanks for jumping in, funny quirks and the funny quackers. I'm sure I'll catch up with you on the battlefield during the week. So we've got one left from the night shift. We've got a full day shift squad. They've just been holding the main building. Arnie Nye's just licking a wall, and Dread's just off to his own. Is Arnie Nye actually down? She's just, I'm not sure if she's been knocked. So Enzi's just hasn't even seen her. She's just having a bit of a lay down in the corner there. Probably telling Dread to hurry up and finish the dishes and get over there and get her up off the ground. Enzi's on his own. He's not too sure what's going on. He hasn't even thought about getting that extra kill. I'm surprised Kat hasn't gone for a bit of a roam. She's got herself an M4 and an AK. Having a bit of a look at the old Hot Mess. They've managed to pull themselves together, the Hot Mess, and really clean up their act up. They've done a great job tonight with Whiskey and the crew. Arnie Nye looks like she's going to bleed out, so we've got a bit of a 1v1 VG KD action over here with the Pulsate and the night shift. So it'll be a bit of a night Pulsate. Whiskey is just taking down catch. She's obviously looking through the window for too long. Dread's going to go for the revive here. Is he? No, and it's back on. VG day shift having a bit of a hit on Arnie Nye. So Hoppy got the knock on Arnie Nye and managed to get the kill. Hoppy's just thrown a few bullets through the window. Enzi's just cleared the last one of Pulsate. They're done for tonight. KD Pulsate. So we've got two left from the hot mess. So they're playing the day shift. Chaos has just taken a knee from Freckle, and Freckle's gone down from Whiskey. We've got a 3v2. Let's get inside with Cat. Cat's just taken one in the face of Coralin. Oh, and tried to go to the first. So they're all low there. Hoppy might have just cleared him. Hoppy just cleared Hot Sauce. Oh, the VG chat will be going ecstatically tonight. Hoppy has just cleared up the mess. And we've got a 4v1. We've got the night shift versus the day shift. Enzi will be licking his lips for a squad wipe here, I would have thought. VG Enzi. Freckles obviously got nothing. He's just gone in for a quick shop. He's just thought he might get himself a sausage roll and a meat pie before he goes in for this battle. He's pretty confident with what's going to be going on here. So Enzi's on the roof. Freckles getting himself a meat pie. Cat's just getting a couple extra bullets and getting a bit of a heal off. She's probably wanting to put in a boost. I'm pretty sure Aries and Hoppy would be just having a bit of a lick of a wall there. They're having a lick. Having a bit of a chat. They'd know who's left, I would have thought. Enzy's on the hard rotation on the western side. Doesn't want to give his position away until he can at least knock one. I reckon he'd be wanting to knock at least one and getting a thirst. So he doesn't cop too much of a spray in the chat this week. Thanks for jumping into the chat, guys, tonight. I can't read it at the moment. I really don't want to miss Enzy get one in the face from one of our teammates. It's been a great hot drop. It's been a great night. I appreciate everyone jumping in. Everyone's been so positive in the chat. This is probably one of your last opportunities to hit the reaction button. We've still got 13 or 14 in the chat at the moment. So if you get one of your digits out, tap the screen as much as you do when you're shooting one of your teammates in a game. Be much appreciative. Tell your friends to make sure you give it a bit of a follow and a subscribe. VG, you're just going to kind of work out what the best way to fist Enzy at the moment. Freckles obviously pretty keen to get himself a final kill there, to get himself on the name in the paper on the leaderboard there. Surprised Cat hasn't run out into the open as she has. Enzy hasn't taken a shot yet. That'll be Cat done. And that'll be Enzy done. Freckle got the final kill. Gets his name in the paper. So the day shift hasn't been a complete loss tonight. They've managed to take out the week's banter of the Saturday night boot camp hot drop. They've got themselves 5 kills. Enzy and first day only went as a duo and came out with 6. It was a great effort. So VG clearly took out the hot drop tonight. And we had in Team 3, we had the Hot Mess, Whiskey and his mates. They've done a great job. Thanks for coming in this week. And all the KD crew, the Funny Quackers, the Pulsates and the Throbbings and the Three Fingers Deeps and all the things, the condiments, the quirks and the hot messes, especially the Eshe lads. Thanks for all jumping in tonight. You've done outstanding. So the stars of the final match for the hot drop. We've slipped Enzy in there. He's got himself the no knockouts and the 5 limbs with a 572 damage, really showing his ability to hit straight. Ken's managed to get himself in there as the best companion with 2 rescues. And VG Freckle, the man from Maker-Munga, he's got himself 2 E-limbs and a final finisher. He'll be posting that one to one of his teammates this week for sure, just to rub it in. Let me try and tie this all in a knot and finish it up for the night. Once again, I'm VG-Trogent. Thanks for jumping in. I've cast the Knuckles Deep scrims on the Saturday night. I really appreciate you all jumping in. And Vicky and the crew and Dirty and Kiwi Girl for all letting me get in for a game and cast tonight. Once again, please give it a subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you soon. I'm going to go and have myself a cold drink and maybe a lay down. Far out. That was out of control. GG's, guys. See you later. Hit that reaction button one more time.